Misconceptions about homelessness persist, especially around affordable housing and whether direct cash assistance helps pull people out of poverty. Dr. Stacia West provides the reality versus the misconceptions and explains how programs like Abode's Rapid Rehousing Cash Assistance program, RCAP, can stabilize families while benefiting communities and local economies.
I think one of the key criticisms that we see around unconditional cash programs is that there will be mass unemployment, right? If we were to provide unconditional cash, that folks will just quit their jobs and stay home and collect a check, right? And this is an evergreen narrative in sort of the landscape of American social policy. What we have seen in these studies is that individuals don't quit their jobs en masse, and I have yet to meet a single participant that would be able to survive simply on $500 or $1,000 per month. What we do see is that individuals choose flexibility in their employment. So I mean this to say they may take a risk and have a paid day off of work so that they can go apply for new jobs or go on a job interview, and they're in the sort of job that typically would not be a PTO day, right? So guaranteed income or unconditional cash can be used to leverage a better paying job or a job that is a better fit for a family.
With more money comes more problems, right? One myth comes from the belief that people can't be trusted to use the money wisely and might spend it on unhealthy habits.
I think another common misconception that we see or hear, not so much anymore, is that people will spend the money irresponsibly or on vice goods, on things like alcohol, tobacco, right? Those sorts of things. We traced the spending for about 8,000 participants across the country and found less than 1% of the unconditional cash is spent on those sorts of goods. And in fact, whenever we look at higher income consumers, we know that a larger share of their household budgets on a monthly basis are spent on tobacco and alcohol in comparison to those that are lower income. And so this seems to be a very misplaced sort of criticism or concern.
Even though participants use funds responsibly, how can we be sure cash assistance delivers lasting benefits?
I think we need to look at the data here, right? And the data around wraparound services and permanent supportive housing specifically that we've seen for really the past decade to 15 years is overwhelmingly conclusive, right? It not only helps people move from instability to housing stability, but also is helpful in terms of permanency. So once people get into permanent supportive housing, they're less likely to have a reoccurrence of housing instability or homelessness. And so that's important data to look at whenever we're evaluating a program and forming our opinions about a program. And then I think additionally, one thing to look at here is the cost offset or cost savings. So we've seen many studies over the past couple of years that indicate offering housing to someone who's experiencing housing instability, especially if they are experiencing unsheltered homelessness or street homelessness, right, can have profound cost reductions whenever it comes to the criminal justice system, the medical system, right? All of those systems that get involved when there's a crisis are quite costly, and we can hit break even or actually cost offset over a period of time whenever individuals remain stably housed.
Despite the data, myths about negative community impacts often undermine public support for affordable housing or cash assistance.
So if we look at how unconditional cash or guaranteed income is spent in communities, what we see is that the vast majority, about 37 to 40% of the funds are spent in local grocery stores and restaurants. So this is good news for local communities. It's a reinvestment of that unconditional cash back into communities, right, that then also support the local tax base. More broadly, we have done some heat mapping in some locations to understand how sort of diffuse is the spending. And my gosh, those heat maps are just very centrally located. So if you provide a guaranteed income in your specific neighborhood or community, you can expect that small businesses are going to be supported, as well as some larger chains.
When we trust people with cash, we are investing in the future. Stronger economies, safer neighborhoods, in communities where everyone has the chance to thrive.